Falls Lennox. Today, my name is David. It's Thursday, December 1st, 2022, and station FLPS welcomes you to another great day of learning. Isaac, Sutton, and I are happy to bring you the news. We are from Mrs. Marsko's third grade class. Let's start our morning by honoring the flag of our great United States. We'll take a moment to recite the Pledge of Allegiance. Together, please stand.
I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please return to your seats. Now here's Sutton to share more.
Good morning, everyone. Let's see what Mother Nature will send our way today. We can expect partly cloudy skies today and a high temperature of 38 degrees. If you are buying a hot lunch today, the cafeteria will be happy to serve you hot dog or chicken patty. Now, please welcome Isaac.
Thank you, Sutton. Now for the Bulldog Best winners.
Hi, good morning, Bulldogs. I have some names to announce for second grade, some Bulldog Bucks, and I want to talk a little bit about your calming strategies. I've been to almost every single classroom talking about zones, talking about those calming strategies if we need to change our zones. So let's get started. I think you guys like to hear Bulldog Best first. That's my guess. So Bulldog Best for second grade this week in Mrs. Hoy's class, we have Piper. In Mrs. Seeker's class, Rose. In Mrs. Herman's class, DJ. In Mrs. Tamura's class, Peyton. In Miss Chichester's class, Lila. Mrs. Stotts' class, Camden. Mrs. Gommel's class, Lucas. In Mrs. Vormelker's class, Noor. And Mrs. Melodi's class, Vinny. And in Mrs. Wallow's class, Mira. Congratulations on being your Bulldog Best. I think there's some good books in the vending machine right now. I have all these Bulldog Bucks. I'm going to start with first grade. In Miss Smith's class, we have Geo, and it looks like Geo was copying Respectful. And in Mrs. Castrava's class, we have Camden. Camden was being responsible, and he also reached that word of the month of determination because he actually was so brave and presented to all the adults at the PTA meeting this week. There were quite a few second graders, third graders, and even a couple more first graders I know that presented at the PTA meeting. That took some bravery. That was awesome. In Mrs. Seeker's class, we have Donald. Donald was caught being responsible, and he was looks like it was a responsibility with homework. In Mrs. Melodi's class, I have Jordan. Jordan was copying responsible and kind. She actually brought in food for our food drive that we're having, or that we had. Don't forget, right now we're doing the hat and mitten tree. So if you have some things, and the sock drive. In Mrs. Rhinus's class, we are talking about Luna. Luna was copying responsible. She was responsible getting her things out, being a good model for the class. And then in Mr. John Henry's class, I have Rita. Rita was being responsible and kind, and she helped a friend during lunchtime. That was very kind of you, Rita. Awesome job, everybody. Now, we know that sometimes we are in the right zone and sometimes we are not. We know that all feelings are okay, but it's really important that you check in with yourself and you ask yourself, what am I feeling? What zone is that in? And do I need a tool to change my zone or not? So if I'm in the cafeteria and I don't have anybody to sit with, and I'm feeling really sad, that means I'm sad in my blue zone. Do I need to change my zone? Do I want to feel better? Probably, right? And if I need to feel better, what could I do? And so we have these toolkits. You either have one that looks like this or you have one hanging in your classroom. You could maybe take a deep breath. Maybe. I like this one. You could be a good inner coach to yourself. You could tell yourself, you know, just because I can't find someone to sit with doesn't mean I'm not a great kid. And I do have friends, and I can find somebody else or somebody soon. Maybe I could even, ask somebody to sit with that I haven't asked before. So there's some things on here that you can do to help try to change your zone if you're feeling a tricky feeling. Don't forget. All right, have a great day, everybody.
Heard your name announced, please report to the front lobby immediately after the morning show. That's our news for today. Have a terrific Thursday, everyone, and
Let's go, Falls!